Alright, so last time we were talking about your relationship with your family and friends and how they've been affected by your drug addiction. How has
Right.
that gone?
Well, lately, it's not been too good. I've never had a good relationship with my mom, and lately I've been reconnecting a little with my dad. But drugs, it just really tore a hole. It distanced myself from my family, and it just really turned our relationship sour. Really jeopardized the trust that we had together. So a lot of it's been affected greatly by that.
And what do you mean when you say sour? Like, what kind of things particularly have happened?
Well, the trust issue is the main thing. I don't gain a lot of trust with them because I've broken their trust in the past, and just reliability. Even though I still consider myself fairly reliable, maybe my family might not see it as the same. So it kind of hurts my feelings, but I guess I can kind of see where they're coming from.
That's good that you can try to look at it from their perspective as well.
Right. I mean, yeah, it gives me a better understanding of the problem and what I can potentially do to fix it.
So you feel like you are still fairly reliable though?
I feel like I am as a person. You know, I I've put drugs in front of some obligations before, several times, but I still feel as an overall person I'm fairly reliable.
That's good. It's good to have a good sense
Sense
of
of self,
yourself.
right.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So how about friends? How's
Well,
that?
that's really a tough subject. I mean, I have several friends that I spend a lot of time with now, but unfortunately they are involved in drugs as well. And uh, and another point with the family is they try to draw me away from those friends, but I kind of have torn beliefs about it because they're very good friends to me. They just happen to be into drugs as well. So, do I avoid them and bring them out of my life, or do I still be friends with them because I really care about them?
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that you're kind of torn between choosing, do I
Absolutely.
stay friends with these guys or not?
Right.
Because
And so far, I've chosen to stay friends with them because, I mean, I'm a fairly caring person, and I still care about them. And who am I to judge them on their problems when I have the same problems myself?
so these friends are still using,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
how does that affect you and your choice?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, it's my choice in the end. Uh, it's my choice to put myself around it, but they are still doing it, and when I'm with them, I usually do it as well, but it's not necessarily peer pressure because I feel like I chose to do it.
Okay. So I kind of see maybe a discrepancy here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying that it's not peer pressure, but you feel pressure to do it when they're there. Is that correct?
Not pressure to do it necessarily, but with the drug addiction, it's kind of a 24/7 thing. So 9 times out of 10, when I'm with them, that's what's going on, and since I myself have not fully gotten away from drugs, I'm doing something similar. So, when we're together, we do tend to do it, but I don't necessarily feel pressure to do so.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, do you see this as a problem? The fact that you're using drugs, even though you're trying not to use drugs. I mean,
Yeah, I see it as a problem, but I mean, I don't really I don't really have too many like other friends per se, and I would just feel bad if I didn't spend time with them, even though it might not be the best influence. I feel like if I can somehow better my self control, I could make better of the situation.
okay. So you feel bad because you don't want to stop hanging out with them. They're the only friends you have. You like them as people. Is that correct?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. I was just trying to understand how you're feeling. Um,
Well,
so
I'm
you're feeling you would feel bad not hanging out with them because they are they are good people and they are your friends.
yeah,
Is
I
that
would
correct?
feel badly about not hanging out with them because partly, because they have been good friends to me, and partly because I feel like they would think I was judging them on their problem. when I have the same problem, and that would just be unfair and closed-minded of me.
Yeah, I get that. Um, so do you see any possible solutions or ways that you would be able to, like you said, you wanted to grow your self-control kind of. Do you
Right.
see any ways that you could possibly do that?
Well, it all. I mean, obviously, the self-control thing, in my opinion, starts with getting away from drugs completely, and uh, I know it's hard to grasp without actually being there, but it's extremely hard to do and almost impossible to do by yourself. So I just I'm just kind of at a loss as to what to do actually.
Okay. Have you tried anything yet? I mean, as far as this, like support groups or Narcotics Anonymous, anything like that?
A little bit, but I haven't put my whole heart into it because I have problems with talking to people who aren't in a similar situation as myself.
Okay.
I have a hard time relating to them and being personable.
Why is that?
I don't know. I guess I feel a sense of judgment. I guess, and how can somebody that doesn't know what the problem feels like and what the experience is, how can they help me?
And I feel like that's a fair thing to feel. Is there any? I mean, is there any way you could see overcoming that? Because a lot of times in Narcotic Anonymous meetings, those people have been through
Right,
what
and
you've
that's what
been
I was
through.
saying. What I was speaking to earlier was I've seen a counselor, and she was an elderly woman who has no background in drug abuse. I'm assuming. But I've been to Narcotics Anonymous meetings where we talk amongst ourselves, us being the addicts and alcoholics, and I really enjoyed that, and I saw a lot of benefit from that. So I really took a lot more from that than just speaking with a counselor per se.
Okay. Are you still going to those?
Uh, I'm not right now. I'm not.
How come?
I don't know. I get I get real like I get discouraged very easily, and that's another character flaw along with my not being able to have self control. I get discouraged very easily, so I kind of get off the right path fairly easy.
What kind of things discouraged you into no longer going to those meetings?
Well, just not seeing, not feeling any better about the advice I was given, and then again the judgment issue. I just, I just didn't feel like I could really, really display my problems with her.
Okay, that's understandable. When have you ever tried having like an accountability buddy or someone in a group who's gone through what you have, who could kind of maybe help you in those times when you were getting discouraged?
Well, I mean, I could. I've never really heard of an accountability buddy, and all my buddies wouldn't be accountable for that as of right now. I mean, I've never really explored the option.
Okay, so that might be something to think about. A lot of times they have those, like in the Narcotics Anonymous meetings, you can talk to the leader, and he can try to kind of give you like an idea of who to contact. Someone who's been sober for a while.
Right.
Do you think that would be maybe something that would help you a lot?
I think that would help me if they were a member of Narcotics Anonymous and really can put themselves in my shoes. I feel like I could maybe benefit from that.
Good. So that might be something to try then too. And do you think that would help? Because the way I see it, that would help maybe with your feelings of like just giving up, your feeling of helplessness, and then also your feelings of people not understanding because this person will have been through similar.
Right. They would understand if I came to them with a problem.
So do you think that could be something that you would be willing to try?
Yeah, I feel like it would. I don't. I'm not sure if the meetings and groups around here have them, but I'm sure they do.